Got him. Big smallmouth. Giant. There we go. Let's see. Big one. That one got it. That's a big one. Big one. Another big one. That's a big one. I think big. Oh my God. All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are on one of my home lakes, favorite lakes of all time. If you've been watching the channel, you would know where I am, but I am out with a monster YouTuber today. That's right, my guy, Ty with Bass Fishing Headquarters. If you guys watch Bass Fishing Headquarters on YouTube, I would argue top 3 most educational bass fishing YouTube channels. Has a monster following. I mean, like almost 300,000 subscribers, right? 2 million. But no, we are out today and we are doing a challenge. He said, hey man, I would love to come to the mountains. He's been kind of poking around the last few days and he said, hey, I would love to link up and fish one of your special lakes. So we are gonna get after it today. We have talked about the rules, I guess. Ty, tell the people what you think the game plan challenge is so we kind of know baseline rules.
So basically we have what, about 6 hours, 5-6 hours that we're gonna fish. We're gonna do a 5 fish limit, but we're not gonna keep them. We're gonna weigh them on the boat, and it's basically like the heaviest 5 fish. So kind of like your typical tournament, but that's just what we're gonna do. So I think Austin might be kind of out there trying to find some nomadic fish, and I'm probably gonna be beating the bank. So kind of 2 different angles here. But it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so there you go. There's some freaking shad or something busted up there shallow. All right, that is the game plan. So for a while, I actually had made a couple posts and say, hey, thinking about doing a challenge. If anyone wants to reach out and do a challenge video, and a ton of guys reached out, and I appreciate you guys. But here's the deal. For me, I am going to try to take on Ty and beat Ty with just smallmouth. Now, if you know this lake, you know that it's probably 9-to-1 largemouth to smallmouth. I always tell people, you catch 10 fish here, you're probably gonna catch 9 largemouth and 1 smallmouth. But we have been on a really good smallmouth bite, so I thought it would be fun since he has never fished a lake before, and the smallmouth are really hard and really rare to catch. If we could go try and beat someone who's a hammer, he's a stud, with just smallmouth. So anyways, I have no idea what to expect. And yeah, we're just gonna get after it. Now, you guys do know though, this lake does have a really big average size smallmouth, like tons of fish that are between 3 1/4 to really 4 3/4 pounds if we can get them to bite, but they're so hard to get to bite. So he's gonna probably stay shallow. You thinking big bait and doing some other stuff?
Yeah, I'll probably just beat the bank. Now, I will let you know that you don't have to just fish for smallmouth.
Well, I want it.
I know you want to.
Yeah, I know.
If it's like, you know, an hour left and you got 1, I don't care what you do. I mean,
okay, he's giving me a hall pass to go up there for largemouth. Now here's also what is gonna go down. You guys are gonna tune in on my channel for all the action that I go throughout the day. We're gonna drop these videos together. So head over to his channel to see how his day shakes up. We're obviously at the end gonna do like, hey, how'd you do? Who won? Whatever, and talk about it. But if you wanna watch all the action, how he's breaking in the lake, how he's thinking about the lake and everything, head over to his channel where he is going to give a full in-depth breakdown like he always does. Such a great job. But yeah, we're gonna make it happen. So here we go, let's do it. All right, well, it is first spot, and initially my thought is like thinking smallmouth, I'm thinking sand flats and isolated rock and all the typical stuff, but oh my gosh, just had my first bite, literally first fish, like freaking pulled me down. That's a good sign. I don't know how he didn't hook up. They are following really, really slow and lethargic right now, which I cannot say I like. I mean, they are just swimming real slow. I like to see them kind of blasting around, feeding, hunting. You know, smallmouth are really fast creatures. They just have moods. There we go, let's see. Fish number 1. That looks like a largemouth, which that's part of it out here. I mean, that's what I said makes these smallmouths so rare. Is you can be out here fishing for smallmouth and still catch largemouth. And I think that's what has happened, right? Yeah. Nice largemouth too. I mean, that's a almost 3-pound largemouth out here trying to catch smallmouth, and what are you gonna do? I mean, we'll get a weight on it, but you know, part of my challenge today is that fish can't count towards the bag. Probably close to 3-pounder, 214. So there you go, fish number one. I'm out here trying to fish offshore for smallmouth, catch a 3-pound largemouth, but that's what makes the challenge fun for me, is like, well, you could still be out here trying to catch smallies and catch largemouth. So it is what it is. It is what it is. That's a big yellow perch. Ah, dang. Another largemouth. Ah, little one. I just had a whole school of 4 and 5 pound smallmouth not hook up, and I'm a little frustrated because I should have already had a few in the boat. You've got to be kidding me. Now I just burned it. They just all followed me in. Maybe it's a smallmouth. Oh, it's a largemouth, little one. Oh my gosh. Ah, guys, this is not good. This is not good. Ty's a catcher. He can jack them. He's probably got a big bag already. And I'm over here dinking around. The smallmouth have terrible body language. I can only catch little largemouth. All right, there we go. I think that's a big smallmouth. It's another largemouth. Oh, over 50 foot of water suspended on bait. And that is the thing about herring lakes. The largemouth act like smallmouth too, which that's what makes the smallmouth so hard and rare to catch, because like you think you can target them, and you kind of can, but you're also going to catch largemouth. There's a 2-pounder, but God, we'll see. Another largemouth out here in the middle. I mean, not a big one, obviously. God, wow. Look, a challenge is supposed to be challenging, right? So I thought it would be fun to try to catch these really hard to catch rare smallmouth in this lake. I mean, they're not rare, we catch them, but I feel like I'm gonna go target them and see if I can beat Ty with just that. But what would a challenge be without it being challenging? All right, I don't know what I got. A little largemouth, a fat little largemouth. God, usually when they're breakers out in this specific spot too, they're freaking smallies. I mean, I can't catch a break right now. Freaking little largemouth after little largemouth. Oh my God. And it's not uncommon for them to school together. Like you see a big school and they're jumping and breaking, and they'll be largemouth and smallmouth. But I literally can't run from largemouth right now. I'm in a smallmouth challenge. Oh my gosh. Largemouth, little largemouth, little largemouth. I mean, that's literally what's out here, is either little largemouth or big smallmouth. And we just ain't getting no smallmouth to eat. I think it's another largemouth. Golly, it's crazy, crazy. These things are just kicking my butt right now. Got him. Big smallmouth. Giant. Oh! Look, he folded the dang. He folded my fluke up and it got freaking wedged. 4.5 pounder. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's out of my control. Like literally, that's out of my control. Like I can't do anything to prevent that. I mean, I've got a stinger hook on because they like to swipe it. That hurt. 4.5 pound smallmouth. Oh man. Big one. Don't know what it is, but it's big. Please be a big smallmouth. Nope, really nice largemouth. Dang. Swam right up and got it. I mean, it's another 3 pounder. Not good for our challenge, or my challenge at least. But he was an individual fish, which gave me some confidence. Like he was out there by himself. I made a slight color change to something maybe with a little tiny bit more flash in it to make it look real with that sun out now, so. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, this is what just, this is literally my day, man. It is not going great, but I am just getting very frustrated. Those weren't smallmouth, those are big largemouth, which is weird because this is just a big sand flat. So usually when they're suspended high in the water column, they're hunting. And usually you just throw a fluke or a bait fish imitator above them. I like, personally, late in the summer, after they've been pressured all year, I really like a soft bait, like a soft jerk bait. A few of them are coming up to it and eating it and once again fouling it and pulling it down or whatever, but they're not like inhaling it. I was on Chatoog yesterday and absolutely mashed them. They're just inhaling it. But man. Oh my gosh, it's a largemouth. Offshore, chasing bait. Look at this, they just literally keep fouling me up. I have no idea what to do. I mean, it's a good fish. God, there is 500 of them with them. I mean, that was next cast after I just said I can't do anything right. I mean, he's a 2.5 pounder, but he's not a smallmouth. Oh my gosh. Big largemouth, or good largemouth. This is right where we saw a bunch of smallmouth just a little bit ago, and decent largemouth. Like I said, it wouldn't have been a challenge if it wasn't challenging, and this is by far extremely challenging to try to get a bag of smallies, but that's all right, we're having fun, we're catching fish. So the largemouth tend to be kind of residential, like up shallow, hang out up shallow, do their thing up shallow, and then they start to suck the water out, and those largemouth kind of congregate in the same places the smallmouth do, and the smallmouth like to get offshore. They get on points, they get on isolated rock, sand and stuff, and then they roam out in the middle. So a lot of times you pull into these areas that have sand and rock, but they're also dropping the water, which congregates the largemouth out there. You get a mixture of the species, and then, you know, a day like today where, you know, I'm going for smallmouth, I'm catching all largemouth in areas where we've seen smallmouth. I've cooked a smallmouth in an area. I've had other 3.5, 4 pound smallmouth follow, soft jerk baits and stuff, but that's the challenge, right? Is trying to target these smallmouth. So we're gonna keep on fishing. Another largemouth. Little one. Oh my God, got him. Ah. You'll never guess it. Largemouth. I mean, just waylaying the largemouth. I switched to a pearl fluke. Like, kind of out of colors. It's like we have thrown the dog turd out of a fluke this year. Because they work, they're awesome. They're on herring lakes, man, they're one of the best baits. Low roamers. Here comes another one. That one got it. Let's see. Let's see if that's a smallmouth. I think it is. It is. I mean, I just noticed that. It's a big one too. But I just saw solo roamer and it had a big gold side to it. I mean, not that this helps me pattern them or anything, but at least it's like, okay, I've seen a bunch of these solo homies today. There you go, finally. That's a good one. I don't know, not quite 3, but not far from it, we'll see. First fish in our bag, we didn't get skunked. I mean, not that I was actually getting skunked, but you guys know what I mean. Smallmouth challenge. That means only smallmouth count. Dang it. Come on, give me some love, give me some love. Ah! 2 pounds, 6 ounces. So there you go, first smallmouth of the day. Little 2.5 pounder. Ah, well, we got one in our bag, dang it. That's a big one. That is hopefully it's a smallmouth. Largemouth. He came up and tackled it. That's a nice one. That's a 3 and change pounder. Quite a few of those fish today. I don't want them to evade us. I want them to invade us. I want my boat to be invaded with smallmouth. Big one, another big one. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's an almost 4 pounder. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. Nice. That's a nice long herring fish right there. Yeah, that's a good one right there, guys. But that's a really nice largemouth right there. I mean, that one's, he's not quite 4. He's probably 3.5. Ooh, easy, Bob. 3.5 on the die. Yeah, that's a really nice fish. So there you go. Real nice largemouth on the fluke. You know, just, we're seeing them out suspended over little pieces of brush, grass. We're just flinging the fluke over them, getting them to react to it, but not a bad fish right there. 3.8. I mean, that means we've got 4 3-pounders and a 3.8 for 15.5. We got 15.5 or so pounds in our best 5, but like I said, my challenge was just to target smallmouth, which I'm trying to do this exactly how I would fish for them and how I have been catching them, but it's fun, I guess. We're getting a lot of bites and good ones too. They're not bad. The last 2 fish have been great ones. Oh, I hit him hard. I cracked him. He came off. That was a big largemouth. 3.5 pounder, same size as that last one. I cracked him hard, son. Cracked him hard. Oh man, there's a huge, guys, a huge smallmouth. Literally the fluke slid up the line just like that. A huge smallmouth just inhaled it. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. They're out here. It's just the largemouth are beating the small jaws to the punch today. In fact, I would even say that proves the smallmouth are not in a great mood because they're swimming together and the smallmouth aren't the ones getting it first. So I think that literally proves what I've been dealing with all day because that fluke slid up the line. I'm reeling him in and the smallmouth just inhaled. But golly, the largemouth sure are. We've been smashing them. That's a big one. I think it's a smallmouth, big smallmouth. Yep, they came up schooling right there. And I just made a bomb cast, and that is exactly why you throw a dang zillion, baby. Throw the old zillion. Now, it's not a big smallmouth, son, but it's keeper number 2. By no means is he a big one either. Not like they do grow in this place. Pound and a half on the dot. Give me some 1.9. Give me 1.9. Give me 1.9. I'm gonna shake it. Dang it, 1.8. All right, keeper number 2, little smallmouth. Big, oh my God. Huge smallmouth. Just broke me off. Oh my God, I'm an idiot for not retying all day. It was a giant smallmouth. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, wow, that was a giant smallie, at least a 4-pounder. Big one. Giant smallmouth. Oh. This is what I've been on, man. This is what I've been on. Why it took all day. I mean, not really all day. I literally broke off on one, and then one fouled up my bait earlier. This size. God, this is a giant smallmouth. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that smallmouth right there, guys. That is what I've been on, man. A big smallmouth bite like that. Ah, we just got a few minutes left. Three pounds, 8 ounces. So 3.5 pound smallmouth right there. 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Beautiful smallmouth. I got to put it back. We just got a few more minutes. That's the bite I've been on, man. Golly. Oh, dude. There you go. Holy cow. We're going to get a limit of smallmouth, maybe, boys. There you go. That's crazy. Oh, it's a little one. It's a little one. I got to stop drifting forward. All right, 2 pounds, 2 ounces. All right, well, we just got off the water. Our deal was from like 7-ish to 1. I came in a few minutes late, and we could argue that I should be disqualified. What do you think? No. He said no. Okay, here's the deal. My Bubba scale, you guys saw I was having an absolute meltdown trying to catch smallies. I ended up only having 4. I had my chance at 7 today. I broke off on a really big one late, lost one, but I ended up with 9 pounds, 9 ounces, right, with 4 fish.
I did get 5.
Now, Ty did get a limit.
Yep, and it's gonna be close.
8 pounds.
8.66.
8 3/4 pounds, which is crazy to me because this lake is loaded with quality fish. Now, okay, you guys early on followed along, and I said their body language was as bad as I have seen it out here in a really long time. But I think there was a little flurry. The clouds kind of moved in, and then there's some chop on the water, and then they started going crazy on a fluke, as you guys saw. It was tons of fun, but we ended up catching them. I think with largemouth, my best 5 was probably 16 3/4. That's just kind of guesstimating. But Ty, how did you catch them?
Well, I didn't. I didn't at all. I caught some fish skipping a dock with like a mag draft style swim bait and a little bit of a wacky rig, a little bit of top water, and that was all.
Did you see any cruising up there?
You know, I saw a couple, but I didn't see it. Like, I've watched enough of your videos, and I see you all the time, like, oh, there's 3, there's whatever. And I didn't see that a whole lot today. And
yeah.
the few that I did see, I cast that, and they didn't care. They
yeah.
were like, "We'll see you." So,
yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a new lake for me, so it's just, I think it's a really good picture of just some knowledge, what knowledge does on a body of water, and
100%.
how it can help.
You guys know I've been guiding out here for literally over a decade. So for me, I feel like there's no time of the year where this lake can throw a curveball at me or anything. And I hadn't been out here in literally 3-ish or so weeks. But I mean, I just, obviously, like Ty said, having that much knowledge, you just can't help but to run into them. But I had a blast. And if you guys want to watch how his deal went down, I'm going to leave the link to his video down in the description, and then obviously tag his channel down in the description as well. But it was a ton of fun. You were at Chatoog yesterday. What did you think of Chatoog?
I like Chatoog.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I fished Lake Hartwell before, and so it kind of sets up similarly with kind of the brush pile, you know, even a couple cane piles I think out there.
Yeah.
So sets up similarly, but definitely some differences as well.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys know the deal on these herring lakes. I always tell people, you know, the big key is just you got to literally milk run, run and gun, and pray for big bites. And that's kind of been the deal the last couple days on Chatoog yesterday. And then today, you know, just I hit the same areas 5 or 6 times and just kept praying the big ones would eat. And about every third time on one of the spots, there'd be a good one to bite. But anyways, guys, had a blast. And it's cool. Ty's my homie. I feel like when Ty and I get to talking, I literally feel like Ty and I could probably just talk days and weeks away. So, but anyways, I'm out. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.